Hello and welcome to ETT 510, Instructional Media and Technology. I am Saurav. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I will talk about Smith and Ragan model. I will discuss the context, construct, advantages, and disadvantages of the model, and use of the model. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post on the discussion section of the Blackboard. So, without further ado, let's start. Please sit back and enjoy. You can find Smith and Ragan model in the book, Instructional Design. You can see the cover of the book in the corner of this slide. Smith and Ragan introduced their model in the second edition of this book, published on 1999. The model can be found in Chapter 1. As per Smith and Ragan, instructional design is a process which uses instructional theories and learning principles to create instructional materials, activities, information resources, and evaluation. It might sound a bit complex. To understand it better, we can divide the term instructional design in two different phrases: instruction and design, and learn about them. Sometimes we interchange the word instruction with education, training, and teaching, although they do not mean the same thing. The goal of a training is to get a job, for example, vocational training. Teaching is related to human educator. But instruction is the medium of education, and it may or may not be associated with teaching or training. Diagram in the slide explains it. Now, we know about instruction, let us discuss design. It is a planning process to reach an objective. In a product life cycle, the design is done after analysis and before development. Therefore, we can say that instructional design is the method to produce an instructional system. For example, the design of a distance learning course can be considered as an instructional design process. To understand the instructional design better, Smith and Ragan used 3 questions from famous book by Mager, 1984, Preparing for Instructional Objectives. You can see the questions on the screen. Smith and Ragan identified the answer to those questions: analysis, strategy, and evaluation. According to them, these 3 are the foundation of instructional design. Now, we will take a look at each one of them. First one is analysis process. According to Smith and Ragan, in analysis process, instructional designers should care about 3 basic factors: learning environments, learners, and learning tasks. Based on the factors, they have to write the test terms. They have to answer questions such as, how much time is available for the training or workshop? What are the different goals for different learners? Second one is strategy phase. In this step, instructional designers should determine how to deliver the instructions. Some questions are important in this phase. Like, what will be the media of instruction? What should be the course content? What should be the sequence of the content? The last one is evaluation phase. The goal of this step is to improve already existing instructional process. According to Smith and Ragan, the designers should find their problems by asking questions like, is the content good? Can it be better? How could we make the learning easier? What are the right questions to ask to identify the problems in instructions? After problems are found, they have to be revised. Please take a look at the figure in the left side. It explains the process of evaluation. After identifying the key concepts, Smith and Ragan created the model. It is represented by the left side figure on the screen. They believe the 3 steps, analysis, strategy, and evaluation, are interlinked. According to them, they are not only interlinked, they are interwoven, which is demonstrated on the right side of the screen. Smith and Ragan believe that their model is not unique. On the contrary, it is quite popular and derived from Dick and Carey, 1985, model. Smith and Ragan model, a systematic instructional design model, has many advantages. It helps the learners to express themselves. In this model, designers ask many questions to the learners, which helps the designers to get a better understanding of the learner's expectations, environment, and goal. The other advantages are in the slide. Here are some disadvantages of the model. According to Smith and Ragan, the model cannot identify user goal in advance. That is why the 3 steps have followed back and forth. They think that the model is not good for the non-instructional purpose. Smith and Ragan's model has been used by different organizations to develop instructional curriculum. Human resource departments of private organizations use it for employee training. Teachers use it to design coursework in both K-12 and higher education level. Governments use it to develop educational applications. Here are some key concepts of Smith and Ragan model. Hope you have enjoyed the presentation. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Do not forget to share your opinion in the Northern Illinois University Blackboard discussion section.